Hi there. I just want to open up with a statement that life just wants to happen through you. Just learn how to get out of its way. When I cry out to Spirit and just want to be a willing vessel to carry just divine love and light and compassion and such, I just want to be a conduit of God's energy. Just use me in whatever way. But when you think of a conduit, sometimes there's blockages. Sometimes there's things that get in the way. Sometimes there's some tight bends that shouldn't be there, and so on. So sometimes there's things that creep into our lives that cause that conduit to not be empty and free flowing. There's things in there that will cause prevent the Spirit from running through you effectively, and the energy through blockages and so on. So there's three things I want to touch on. First of all is regarding the ego and the mind and how that works, and we're going to reflect that in comparison to the heart and the spirit, and trying to figure out how we can bridge this together. And we're going to talk about the aspect of surrendering. So the ego, basically starting off, is we're here on this earth at this time and place, or every time that we've incarnated here, to always grow, to expand, to experience. The universe knows, or Spirit knows, why we're here. Your soul knows why you're here, but often those aspects are things that we have different agendas, from different pleasures and different grandiose things, or different kinds of status perhaps. And so your ego, it loves to control the mind, right? And it loves the patterns, it loves the habits, it likes to be on autopilot. It likes to not be surprised by anything. There's less chance of the ego getting interrupted or getting threatened. It likes to protect itself at all costs. The ego itself, it wants to be in control. It wants to, it believes it knows the best. Of course it does. It's kind of wired your defense mechanism. It's kind of wired your existence and your persona. But what we don't realize is that the mind was never designed to work all on its own. See, the mind was supposed to be an instrument of the soul. It's supposed to be just an aspect. It was never intended to work independently. It needs to be in alignment with the heart. That allows it to be grounded, to be secured in love. So it's always working out of a state of love, not out of a state of self and self-preservation in that sense. So when the mind loses connection with the heart, it can become extremely destructive, very self-serving. You can look at almost anything that's gone wrong. It's because it's for greed or self-serving things, and for power and this kind of stuff when it comes to politics or relationships and so on. So it's kind of a journey of our lesson here is to learn how to merge again the brain, the ego, with the spirit and the heart and the love, and that connection to the heart also gets grounded, that love energy with the earth, with Gaia, and that allows the ego to be in check and subservient to the energy and the leading of what the heart is directing. So the ego, it's not here to serve. We're not here to serve the ego, right? The ego is here to serve us. It's a matter of just taking in the aspect of the brain is like the masculine, and the heart is the feminine, And to merge that energy back together, it's like through all creation, you got Father, Mother, God, and the creation of that together is the merging of that. But we've gotten so rid of the feminine aspects out of different writings and scriptures and scrolls and stuff that there hasn't been a balance. So basically, we need to get back into unity, back into that balance. Choose this day who you're going to serve, your ego or your heart, and so this is kind of a start of that journey, life wants to work through you. So next, when we focus on the heart and the spirit, the universe, however I like to kind of put those together. The heart is where love is manifested. The spirit resides there. It's when the heart leads your life and it helps in your decision processes, your life will get easier. There's no reason to fear that your desires won't be manifested. This is the reason why we kind of try to bend life to our will. What an exhausting thing to do, instead of realizing that that's an unnecessary battle. It's one that won't serve you. It won't serve your soul. It'll be always striving and trying to control and trying to manipulate, when there's certainly a better way of doing it. The universe knows better. Your soul knows better. Your heart knows better how to put you into alignment with all the things that will serve you for your highest good. So instead, just encourage to show up in the present moment. Realize that the universe is conspiring along with you. It's not conspiring against you. Most of the actions that we do throughout the day, and that is based on seeking pleasure or avoiding pain. We think that all our that's where all our happiness is avoiding pain or seeking after pleasures, and that just sends you on kind of a pursuit of like an endless pursuit of not being satiated, because what we're looking for is actually within, not without. So it's when you think of the construct of the mind and what we put a lot of energy into, it might be a good contrast to even realize that everything that we feel that is unbearable is only imagined. So you either have faith or you have fear. False evidence appearing real. Just remember, the past really never existed, and the future never exists. All we have is the now moment to operate in, right? So it's just the unbearable things are only a thought process, and usually they're guarded by the ego. So the real source is within us. Faith is the substance of things not seen. Let that be spirit. This is the only moment in the here and now. All life exists only in the present moment. Once the heart rules the mind, this is where the end of judgment and hate begins. The mind and the ego thrives to be understood, to prove it's always right. So we need to learn that your heart and spirit is to be trusted, not always understood. The mind likes to understand, but the heart needs to be trusted. You need to trust in the universe, not be afraid of it. Trust in it. The synchronicities and the power of how the universe can manifest in your life is operated by faith and by you being more in control of your thought process, not your thought process controlling you. So now I wanted to just touch on the aspect of surrender, getting out of the way. In this lifetime, we're all here on this journey being asked to release karma, release energies that are no longer serving us, and to surrender. Surrender is an interesting word. We think it as, oh my goodness, no, I'll never surrender. But you can look at it differently. Surrender is the opposite of giving up. It's freeing yourself from the desires to always be in control. It's letting go of how you think things should be. See, if you don't do that, how can the universe or spirit intervene if you think that you have the only way of doing things, right? And that you know best. Surrender is freedom. So just inviting you just to release yourself from the bondage of preconceived action or expectations. Let everything be all right just as it is, so that you can live in the moment, have a more inspired life, living moment by moment. Take action in the process of surrender and release. Die a symbolic death to surrender your limiting beliefs. Most of those beliefs are probably structured in some form of fear. A symbolic death unveils the self by cutting away the outgrown parts of yourself that no longer serve you. Holding on to past patterns and grievances only limits your possibilities. In the experience of any loss, it is never too late to complete. Through your willingness to work in the dark shadows, insights and revelations will naturally emerge. I call these the little pearls in the bottom of all the muck and mire. In such a death, ego structures fall away to reveal the garden of the true self within, right? Death is an egoless state of being. Look for new ways of being, new people, new ideas, new directions that will move you into the great places, wherever the things that you had purged away. It's going to create a vacuum, and you can put in so many beautiful things in that space. In fact, when you surrender and allow yourself to purge the things that no longer serve you, creates a void, and love and light will immediately fill that space, and you will go like, wow, I can't believe I didn't do this earlier, because this feels so good, so beneficial, so natural, and you won't have any regrets whatsoever. So just want to remind you, life wants to happen through you, and we just encourage you to learn how to get out of your own way. All right, God bless. Bye.